Hey guys, I'm Paco the Realtor. 16 years of experience, helped over 200 families buy and sell the American dream. I'm a local expert, I'm a professional, and I take care of my clients. I pride myself in educating my clients, and I'm also really sarcastic. Hey guys, this is Paco the Realtor, your friend in real estate, local expert, storyteller, broker owner of RX Real Estate. I hope everybody is having a good evening today. I'm sure that a bunch of you are watching the football draft or Angel Baseball, them lose to the Yankees again. But today today's Therapy Thursday, and today I want to talk about nothing that's real estate related. And I want to talk to you about fear. Fear is the biggest disease facing our society. It ain't cancer. It ain't, heart disease. It's nothing. It is just straight fear. Our society now, the biggest exchange. What's the word? Now I'm looking for the wrong word. The biggest thing we exchange is fear. Let me explain what I mean by that. I'm looking for a word, but I can't find it. There's different types of fears. One fear of what people think. That's a huge one. What if people laugh at me? What if people make fun of me? What if? Who gives a shit? The sooner you realize they don't matter, the sooner you realize how to live. Unfortunately, most of us do the opposite. We run from fear. We avoid it at all costs. We play it safe. But life was not meant to be like that. And how do I know this? Well, simple test. Name one fear that you had in your life that you faced, and how did you feel after? There's not one person who's going to say it was the worst thing that ever happened. I had two of my people on my new members on my team. I forced them to do something this week that they were very, very uncomfortable, to the point that they, you could see how it was weighing on them. And at the end, I asked them, how did you guys feel after? And they both said, amazing. Why is that? Because they faced it. There is no shortcuts. There's no way around it. There's no special medicine. There is nothing. The only way to face fears is to face them head on. If you're scared of heights, climb. If you're scared of failure, fail often until it doesn't matter anymore. If you're scared of what other people say, put yourself out there even more. The point is this, commodity. It just hit me. The biggest commodity being sold out there today is not stocks. It's not gold. It's not Bitcoin. It's fear. It's, if you don't buy this product, you're not going to be pretty. If you don't buy this, you're not going to be complete. If you don't buy this, something's going to happen to your family. It's all fear-based. Even politics, whether you're a Democrat, Republican, conservative, or liberal, it's the fear of the other side. You're not a Republican, therefore. You're not a Democrat, therefore. You're not a conservative, therefore. So, as a society, what do? We blame everybody else but ourselves. And what I mean by that is this. Right now, when something goes bad in our country, we blame other people, immigrants, other cultures, other countries, because it's easier to blame somebody else than it is to look in the mirror. We blame Mexico for all these drugs, right? Who buys the drugs? The Americans do. But God forbid we look in the mirror and say, U.S., you created this problem because your unquenchable thirst for drugs. But no, it's Mexico. They need to stop the flow of drugs. It's the fear of the other side. If I don't think or look like you, I'm a threat. If I'm not the religion that I am, I'm a threat. It makes no sense to me. I'm Catholic, love my religion. But if I was born in Iraq, would I feel the same? Or would I be just as passionate about being Muslim? I would argue I'd probably be the same as passionate about being Muslim as I am Catholic. I just happen to be born Catholic. What's my point? My point is this. We fear everything because that's the commodity being sold. Fear the Muslims because we're a Christian country. Fear the immigrants because we're an American country. Fear, 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 fear. And why do we do that? Because as humans, we absorb that. We fear it. And therefore, we fear we're in control. I mean, we're controlled. Can't think for yourself. No, I can't do that because what if? What if I fail? Who gives a shit? Fail. Fail often. Fail forward. Fail, fail, fail. And so I think the biggest commodity is the fear of what happens if we elect a Democrat president. The fear of what happens if we elect this president. The fear of what happens with this. What are all the commercials? They're fear mongers. Everything's based around fear. Fear sells, and we consume it more than anything else, and that is our biggest disease. So next time something's not going right in your life, don't blame the neighbor, your finances, your spouse. Blame yourself. Take ownership of it. I'm sick and tired of people talking about everything that's wrong with this country, the city, the community, the state, whatever, but nothing they do is to help change that. You don't like politics? Get involved with politics. You don't like the Democratic Party and you're a Democrat? Well, get involved with the Democrats. So quit complaining about it and do something about it. But we don't. We don't. We just complain because it's easy to do this. There's no execution, there's no action. And our country is full of this. And it's few very people who take action. So fear is a commodity that's being sold and we buy it every day. And true freedom doesn't come until you realize that. Until you realize you have the freedom to fail as much as you want. And it doesn't, who gives a shit what people say? You want to go to the gym and you know you're going to fail because you're not going to be consistent? Who gives a shit? It's just between you and you. I just see it too often where people tell me, I want to do X, but. And the but can be anything. Fear of failure, fear of what people are going to say, fear of the unknown, the fear of the what if, the fear of I don't know what's going on, the fear of everything. So stop with the fear and get involved. Stop with the fear and get involved. If you don't like politics, get involved in politics. Change it. If you don't like how something's being run, get involved. Do it. Don't do this. Do action. Get rid of the fear. Fear is a commodity, and it's sold every day, and we buy it, and we have no idea. Face on, and that's the only thing that's going to change anything. Now, does that mean it's not scary? Of course it's scary. Of course it's scary. Absolutely scary. Or else everybody would do it. But we read all these books and we go to all these speakers and we go to all these motivational speakers and they say, do it, do it, do it. And they tell us about their inspirational story on how they did something. What do they all have in common? They did something they didn't think they could do. But they did it and they kept going until they accomplished it. That is the only difference between them and us. So whatever that goal is, whatever you want to do, just do it. Just freaking do it until it's done. And quit with the whole, I don't have enough money, I don't have the health, my family, what are they going to think? I mean, I'm just tired of being surrounded by fear-based people. And I see it everywhere. And I was like, I don't know if I'm getting older or with social media and it's easier for people to broadcast it. I don't know what it is. And so, I was reminded, like I said, this week, because two of my new members on my team, I asked them to do something for our work that they pretty much had a heart attack with. And after, they were like, oh my God, that was the hardest thing I did, but now that I've done it, I feel empowered. Well, that's the point. That is the point. There's resistance. Anything worthwhile has resistance. You got to push through the resistance. Anything has no resistance, anybody can do. You want to be get in shape. What's the resistance? Your muscles. You got to push them. You want to be smarter. What's the resistance? Your brain. You got to read. You got to be active. You got to search. You want to grow as a person? What's the resistance? The fear of failure, the fear of trying. If I'm not failing, I'm not trying anymore. That's when I know I stopped growing, because I'm no longer failing. 5, 10 years ago, I would have been the opposite. I would have been the guy avoiding the fear. I would have been the guy playing it safe. I would have been the guy that says, you know what, just stay down the middle and don't risk anything. But I don't feel alive like that. I don't. And I would argue that a lot of you don't. So when you wake up tomorrow, or when you're pondering tonight life, when I call it the light of enlightenment, that would be your smoke detector in your roof that has a little green light. When the lights are off and you're sitting in bed and you're just kind of looking up and you're thinking, that's when, you know, your spouse is asleep and it's quiet. That's the first time your brain has to process. You have time to be present. And that's when things start to go like this. The light of enlightenment. Think about what has fear, how it's held you back. And think of, what is it, the fear that's disguised at? Is it the fear of what people are going to say? Is it the fear of failing? And if you fail, then you're like, what's the point? Or do you realize that fear is just another step? It's another step to get to where you need to go. All right? So, Therapy Thursday, there you go. Fear. Don't buy the commodity. I know this is going to sound corny, but buy the commodity of abundance and love. Guess what? A lot of people don't sell it, and less people buy it, because that's too easy. Did I just say that's too easy? Yeah, that's too easy. It's too easy to have an outlook in life, therefore a positive outlook in life, therefore it's not right. It's not real. If I'm not worried about the next thing, if I'm not stressed about money, if I'm not stressed about failing, if I'm not stressed, then it's not real. No. We've just created a society where we're moving to the next thing. We're never present. And sometimes we're being busy with life, but we're not living. And by being busy with life, you're avoiding the failure. I'm too busy. You know, I'm too busy. Life, I know, I got to pay the bills. Life, I'll get to you one day. And then you're 65, 70 years old. You look back and you're like, shit, Cocoa Puffs. I didn't do what I wanted to accomplish. So, does it sound corny? Yeah, probably, but I really don't care. It's just something that's been on my mind this week. It's something I talked to somebody earlier today about. What's the fear? So do me a favor, ask yourself, what is that fear? And don't give me you're too old or that ship has sailed, because I could tell you at 42, I have grown more in the last 3 years than I did the 10 years combined prior to that. And what was the only difference? I looked at life different, and I no longer gave a shit about what people thought about me. I was always the guy, the pleaser. I was always the guy, the peacemaker. I was always the guy, if you have nothing nice to say, don't freaking say it. Now I'm the guy who says it the way it is. I'm not rude about it, but I do action. I get involved. I'm often asked, why do you sit on 4 nonprofits? Because I want change. The question is, why aren't you? When somebody goes to work and comes home at 3 or 4 o'clock, and that's their life all week, and say they have kids and they really don't do much of that. They do, maybe 1 or 2 days a week something with the kids. Softball, baseball, whatever, soccer, volleyball. My question to you is, why aren't you doing more? Oh, well, I'm tired. Well, so am I. But I'm not going to sit back and just wait for somebody else to maybe make a change. I'm not going to sit back and just bitch about something. I have a simple wig, wildly important goal in my life. My personal wig, not my business wig. I want to meet as many people as I can and show them that there's a different side of life. And the reason I could talk to it, because I used to be on the other side of it. Of those that know me in my journey. I used to be on the other side of it. I used to be the depressed one, the tired one, the avoider. I used to be all of that. And then I swung to this side. So I've seen both sides. So nobody can tell me, well, you've never had issues. Oh no, believe you me. I've had more issues than you, and that I've had to deal with than you understand. But even my issues are nothing compared to what other people had. Deaths in the family, right? Their kids, something happening to their kids. I mean, mine's nothing compared to that. What's up, Hector? So that's what I tell myself now. My worst is still 1,000,000% better than most people's best, because my family is healthy. The things I can't control are good. I have a health. I mean, I can control as much as I can, but I can't control my daughter's health. If she, God forbid, if she got something, there's nothing I can do about that. Right? So I'm not going to stress about it. Do I worry? Yes, but I'm not going to stress. So I'm going to live life every day and be her soccer coach, her track and field coach. I'm going to be involved as much as I can in her life and my family's life. I'm going to be involved in as many clubs and nonprofits as I can be until I can't. And then when I can't, then I know I'm not going to. So what is holding you back? What is that fear? And we all have it. It's either emotional or financial or physical for a lot of you. You guys think because you're in a wheelchair now you can't do anything. Well, I know people who travel the world, motivational speakers asking for a lot of money, who are awesome speakers who don't have feet or legs, or got them blown off in war. Is it financial? Well, if I have the money, I will. No, you won't. You have to do it when you don't have the money. Once I get back on my feet, I'm going to be a speaker. No, you should probably start now. Because people want to hear the real part of it. We don't all just want to hear with the success. I want to hear the failures that come with it. Or is it emotional? And I would argue that 90% of you, it's emotional. 100%. It's emotional. It's a fear of something. So there you go, my Therapy Thursday, my rant. I went on longer than I expected, but I'm real passionate about it, and I see it in social media, TV, everything. They're all selling fear. Fear, 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 fear. Why doesn't a channel exist of nothing but positive? Oprah tried it, didn't do very well. Why not? Because we want drama. We want fear. So I love reading biographies. I love reading where people came from, because that's real. So do me a favor. Be present. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, what the F is holding you back? And then in order for you to fix it, you got to know what it is first. So find out what it is and then address it. Go right at it. Literally go right at it. There's no way around you. You're not going to be able to go around, over or under. You got to go through whatever that fear is. That's the only way to get past it. And the more of those you do, the lot easier life gets. Take it from me. All right, guys. I was long-winded on this Therapy Thursday, wasn't I? My apologies. But again, as always, if I reach one person, it was worth it. All right, guys. Until next time, this is Paco, the Realtor, broker owner of RX Real Estate, local expert storyteller. Buenas noches. Storyteller. So why don't you guys get to know me? Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. Hope you love the content. Subscribe below or follow me on social media. Just type Paco, the Realtor.